This hour of the Morning Rush is driven by Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale and online at rathmitsubishi.com. You're rolling with Rath on the Morning Rush.
Roads? Well, we're going, we don't need roads.
I wish it would come out like next week, but
yeah, I wish we had more to do. I mean, I think that's a little bit late, honestly. And then to put it out, I think sometime in July would be perfect.
There's such a gap, a lapse of stuff, and I've never understood why sports, whether NFL, NBA, and obviously the MLB is going on, but why they don't try and capitalize.
Mr. President, Red Panda has fallen.
Love you. We're Red Panda. Feel better.
At the end of the day, why would you suffocate the goose that's still laying the golden egg?
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Yeah, we got to start there this morning. Red Panda fell at the WNBA Cup Championship between the Fever and the Lynx last night. Suffered a wrist injury. Still waiting on the, the MRI to come back. She's performed at Arkansas in different events. Easily the best halftime show. I remember.
Wait a minute. You have a source on this MRI? Is this a source report? They're waiting on an MRI.
Frankly,
Never heard of an MRI on a wrist, but go ahead.
Is it a CAT scan?
Make stuff up.
Is an X-ray on the wrist?
Son, this microphone comes with a great deal of responsibility.
I'm not a doctor.
You can't say things. Well, your insurance company.
Is it X-ray? Is it an X-ray of the wrist?
Be an X-ray.
Okay, she's waiting on an X-ray.
I don't believe we need an MRI for the wrist.
Either way, I'm down this morning. That's a beef of mine that she
so is
ended
Red
up,
Panda.
Yeah, she ended up falling. Who again? We made fun of the dog guy who tried to show how strong he was by throwing a frisbee and out throwing his partner, that dog who couldn't catch up to it. But Red Panda, even in the midst of bad Arkansas basketball games, has given us entertainment at halftime. And not there has been a lot of those lately at home at Bud Walton Arena because you've been successful for the last 5 years. But I was bummed when I saw this last night. I didn't know her
streak has ended.
No, I didn't know her backstory. She came to the United States at the age of 19. She's living in San Francisco. She initially came to Orlando. Her name is Ron Niu. She was a part of America's Got Talent Season 8 and began performing over 30 years ago for sports audiences across the country. So a little backstory on that first game was it was a home game for the Los Angeles Clippers on Thanksgiving. And she's been in over 40 NBA games in addition to that.
How does she bounce back? How does she recover? More coming up here on the Morning Rush. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. Is this the number one grilling holiday?
Gotta be.
It's gotta be, right? I mean, if you don't have your grill game in order for this weekend on July the 4th, you're in big trouble, and you need help. You need a pro. Richard's Country Meat Market is there for you. Bacon wrap fillets, gourmet burgers, fresh kebabs. All your guests are going to be talking about it. You don't want them talking about Red Panda taking a spill. You want them talking about, man, where did Colton get them bratwurst? Holy smokes, those were the best bratwurst I've ever had in my life. And they'll give Colton the credit, and Colton's helper will be Richard's Country Meat Market. So get by, skip the crowd, skip the lines, call ahead, 479-443-0000. You can see all the details, menu online, richardscountrymeatmarket.com, or just stop in for yourself. 3042 North Market Avenue, just off College and Rolling Hills Drive in Fayetteville. And again, online, richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
We're going to get a chance to talk with Razorback Legacy coming up. J.J. Andrews is committed to Arkansas class of 2026 shooting forward. You think about Razorback legacies over the years. Billy Ray Smith, junior and senior football-wise, is the one probably that comes to mind. There's been others, but I'm excited to not only because he's a Little Rock Christian guy right now, but also with his dad Sean, his uncle Stacy. So he's got a lot of let's say a lot of skills from his parents, and I'm really excited to chat with him coming up in just
a couple years ago, not this last basketball season, year before, you had Little Rock Christian play in the state championship game. I had the honor of calling it, and you looked up there, and there was Corliss and Sean Andrews seated near each other. I'm like, that's as good as it gets with Razorback royalty right there. I mean, and probably, I mean, this might be a better Clay Henry question. Who would have a better pro career to evaluate? And when you're starting to just measure up pro careers of Razorbacks, Sean Andrews might be number one of all. Who am I missing?
Jason, his former teammate Jason Peters would also be one on that list.
That's what I was thinking, Peters. But
Sean was a Pro Bowler in his own right.
Yeah, he's Pro Bowler,
2 or 3 time All American.
Peters would be the number one because he played like 18 years. His teammate Peters, God Almighty, 18 years and made a gazillion dollars. So I mean, Sean Andrews, as far as Razorback careers, when you put him and Peters side by side, holy smokes! I mean, you can just say, "Hey, we're running it right here."
Well,
we're gonna run right here.
Nothing
you can do about it.
Marcus Spears, who is ESPN college football and NFL analyst, I remember him talking when he was here at when he
didn't have the career Peters had. Though.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying about what I'm saying about Marcus is he was like, yeah, you look across from you and Sean Andrews and Jason Peters are lining up at the other side. It was and Marcus is a big dude in his own right, but he was like, yeah, that wasn't fun. That wasn't fun. All right, let's talk to JJ here this morning.
This is the Morning Rush, and it's time for the opening drive.
J.J. Andrews, class of 2026, 6'6" wing, powerful, athletic, motor never stops. He's the kind of guy that's determined to win every 50-50 ball. It's just everything you want in a player because he impacts winning.
I've been dreaming about this since day one. It's great to be able to be a Hog.
All right, JJ, we were just talking about your dad a little bit. We have a coworker, Matt Jones, who played quarterback with your father while
Maybe
he was
you've
in
heard
Fayetteville.
of him.
Yeah, probably have. And Matt always tells us that your dad not only was a stud football player, but he was quite the basketball player. So my question to you as we start this morning, can you beat your dad yet in one-on-one, or when did you start beating your dad and when you guys would play pickup?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I haven't really had the chance to beat him because when I was younger, he used to beat me all the time, and now he claims he's a little too old to play me, so I don't think I'll ever get the chance again.
So he retired.
How convenient.
He went off on a high note is when you're saying. He got the last one he said.
Go out a winner, Go out a winner.
Basically.
JJ, I heard you. So when you committed to Arkansas, and obviously there's a lot of hoopla, people were excited. One of the things that stood out to me is in talking about your dad, you were like, he kind of let me write my own path and make my own decision. Give us a sense of how instrumental not only your dad is, but your parents as a whole have been in this whole process in committing to Arkansas.
Well, from a young age, they've always told me that they weren't going to force me to even play any sports. So they always left that choice up to me as well. But I fell in love with the game of basketball. And as I got older and this decision came up, my parents told me there was no pressure on where I wanted to go. And especially with the pressure of, my dad being a Hog, they just left it up to me. And at the end of the day, I became a Hog. So
yeah. JJ, did you ever play football at a younger age? Was football ever part of your life?
It was at one point, actually. I stopped around 6th grade. That's when I really started to pick up on basketball, and it became it was my first love. So I thought, why not stick with it?
Yeah, you mentioned your first love. I mean, what was the moment, or do you remember when you decided, hey, football's not for me? My dad was a legend on the offensive line at Arkansas, but when did you figure out, hey, this is the path I'm going down?
Well, I think it came from, number one, I saw a lot of scary injuries on TV. Not saying that you can't get really bad, hurt really bad on playing basketball, but I just felt like it was safe for me to play basketball, and also just seeing the things my dad had to go through getting injured playing football as well.
We're talking with Arkansas 2026 commit JJ Andrews here on the Morning Rush. And JJ, you've had quite a track record thus far in high school. The guy I'm sitting next to had an interesting vantage point reffing you in what was it, two years ago, the state championship? So, I mean, you guys have already won 2 state championships. You're a top 15 kid right now in this upcoming class. Give us a sense of like what EYBL is like right now, and then also Coach Wayman kind of coordinated this. What you guys expect to be this upcoming basketball season at Little Rock Christian?
Yes, sir. So EYBL right now. I leave out this weekend, heading up to St. Louis to practice with my AAU team. We're planning on finishing the season out strong, playing Session 4 in Augusta and PCM in Augusta as well, hoping to go back-to-back. And Coach Wayman has done a great job preparing us this offseason. We're kind of able to be in it more than we were last year because he was, fresh coming in as the new coach. And this year, we're not new. We're not new to this. We got some new, really good pieces that fit with us well. And I feel like we'll have a great chance at being back at the state championship.
JJ, Bradley Beal Elite is the team you play for, is my understanding. And that's the same one I believe Moses Moody played for. What is it like, just the connections that you probably made, not only to get you better on this circuit, but whether it's Moses, I don't know if you have had a chance to actually have an interaction with Bradley Beal at all, but what's that like when you see guys in the NBA that are coming around watching you play ball?
It's awesome. It's inspiring, honestly, because those guys were in my shoes as well at some point in their life. So just seeing them and being able to talk to them, it's been really good, especially talking to Brad and Nick Smith Jr. as well. He's played for Brad Bill Elite. I've been able to talk to him as well. So it's been great, and it's been inspiring for me.
JJ, you've committed to Arkansas. Was there ever any other school really considering your legacy, considering the name? But I mean, how far and wide did your recruiting go in reality?
Yeah, they were really considering. Like, I mean, a lot of the schools they were.
I mean,
always.
How many did you actually consider? I guess I should have phrased it a little better. I know a lot of people considered you. How many did you actually consider?
Oh, I mean, I consider all the ones that offer me, of course, because it's a blessing to receive those opportunities. And, they always brought up, they know that my dad went to Arkansas and all that. But, I always told them that I'm always open to any opportunity because not everybody gets those. So, I mean, I considered every school, but it ultimately came down to Arkansas.
You've been on the radar for a while as a recruit. What were your thoughts a couple of years ago, or whatever it's been, 18, 19 months, whatever it's been now since John Calipari was hired, when the news started to come out that John Calipari was going to be the head coach at Arkansas? What were your thoughts in those initial moments?
It was honestly it was a shocker for me at first. I'm not going to lie, because I at least expected him to end up in Arkansas. But at the end of the day, he did. And I felt like that was honestly a great blessing from God, just him being able to show up in Arkansas and give me the opportunity to be able to play for him.
Tell us about your visits and the time you've spent around him and the staff and the team. What's it been like, the time you've had kind of behind the curtain?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
But tell us about your visits and the time you spent with Coach Cal and his staff and the players that that were there during your visits. What's it been like in your kind of peek behind the curtain with the team?
Oh, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. Ever since I went on my visit, I've got the vibe of family. They're all like a family. They're all going to take care of each other. Coach Cal is going to push us, of course, but I feel like he'll take care of us off the court as well. And they built a winning culture. Obviously making it to the Sweet 16 last year. And I really love what they're about. They're about togetherness and being a team. So that's what I'm about as well.
JJ Andrews with us, 2026 Arkansas commit here on the Morning Rush via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. JJ, I was a graduate of Little Rock Christian back in 2013. That campus almost looks like a college campus nowadays. What's it like outside of basketball as you head into your senior year? What are you looking forward to this fall and beyond?
I think I'm mostly looking forward to just being able to be a kid. Last year I was really busy with visits around football season and even during our season. So I think it's just being at home, being with my family during senior year, and being with my friends as well.
Tommy was talking about official visits. I wonder your vantage point as a guy that's now committed. What is it like as a player to step foot in Bud Walton and knowing that just under a year you're getting a chance to play in one of the best arenas in college basketball?
Oh man, it's awesome. I love hearing them call the Hogs, and I've always dreamed of the moment since I was a kid. During this process, I never knew where I was really going to land at, but now that I know I'm playing for the Hogs, it's one of the greatest feelings in the world.
I'd be interested in your perspective as the recruit, as the player coming in, finishing high school. How is NIL, revenue share, all of that? How is that perceived by you and the people you're playing with on the EYBL, by your family? How has that enhanced or even complicated the recruiting process?
I feel like now it's really it's a business. It's a business more than it has been before. Money, it wasn't a deal breaker. It wasn't going to make or break my commitment to anywhere. But it was really more so about fit more than anything. But I feel like NIL has taken a change in recruiting and the transfer portal as well.
Just as you talk with, again, teammates in summer, is that a prominent first thing we talk about? Where does that come up in the conversation, you think, for a lot of people in your shoes?
I think it's really just the opportunity of the money. I feel like, sometimes we talk about what we're going to do with it or, how much it could possibly be. But it's really not the center point of the conversation. But it's something that needs to be talked about because it's important to know how to manage our money nowadays.
JJ, I wonder, as you look into this final season at Little Rock Christian, and obviously you're going to be in Fayetteville before you know it, any team, obviously state championship, any personal goals you have for this upcoming basketball season?
Personally, I just want to improve my game as a whole and win Gatorade Player of the Year once again, hopefully, and make the McDonald's All-American.
Okay, well, that's a goal, and considering Cal has had a bajillion of those, I think you're well on your way to potentially coming one. JJ, I wonder, you're a lefty, right? And there's obviously lefties in basketball. Is there a player, current or past, that you've idolized, that you've kind of focused your game on as if you continue to improve and obviously get to go to the college level next year?
Really, Michael Jordan, even though I don't think he was left-handed. But really Michael Jordan, I love the intensity that he plays with, and he plays on both ends of the floor. So just really I really watched The Last Dance a lot. Just seeing what, mindset things and game type things I can pick up on and put that into my game.
JJ, as you talk about Jordan, I know we were actually talking about The Last Dance yesterday, and that was like one of our favorite Netflix things to look forward to. I know that we have to wait over a year to watch you play in an Arkansas uniform, but for the Razorback fans listening, we're getting great texts listening to you talk with us. What can fans expect from seeing you starting not this upcoming season, but the following season?
They can expect number one, just a fun person to be around. I like to bring a lot of energy. I'm not the laid back type of guy, so if I ever get time, we can interact and talk a little bit. And then they're also getting a guy with energy. I would love to bring energy to Button Walton Arena, even though there's already energy there, but bring more extra energy and just a winner that'll do what it takes to win. Obviously, my goal at Arkansas is to win a national championship. So just bring them whatever it takes to win and help the team.
All right.
Folks, he's got quite a track record already.
Yeah.
Ready on All-American, the 2024-25 Arkansas Gatorade Player of the Year. He's a top 15 kid in the class of 2026. J.J. Andrews, the son of Sean Andrews, kind enough to make us some time.
Well done, young man.
Yes, thank you, J.J.
Well done.
Thank you, guys.
All right, good stuff. We'll have plenty to react to.
Talk about representing yourself well. I thought.
As I was listening to, and we've had other high school kids on with us before. Him and Kane Archer have been the two that have stood out to me in the last 7 years that don't really sound like they're still in high school. Yeah. They still wise beyond your ears. I know I wasn't talking like that when I was a senior.
Well spoken. Hey, the opening drive brought to you this morning by Arts Barbecue, Burgers, and more. And hey, here is why you need to pay attention to this very important announcement. Arts will be open July the 4th. All right. They're going to be there till 4 o'clock, 11 to 4. So you can go by and get a burger for that. But you can also pick up ribs, brisket, pulled pork. You can call ahead today and pre-order your holiday family pack, and they'll have it ready for your 4th of July celebration. All the sides, potato salad, beans, pulled pork, brisket. There you go. Bam. Oh, maybe a half rack of ribs. Throw that in there as well, and you are good to go. Arts can get all that done for you. You can go in, have a burger on the 4th, and then pick it up to have that for your evening meal with your fireworks. 452-2550, open July the 4th, 11 to 4. Going to be closed on Saturday. So if Arts is kind of your normal Saturday deal, get by and see them on the 4th as well. Before we step aside, we'll come back and talk more about J.J. Andrews. Download the Bet Saracen app. All the numbers are there. We were talking about this the other day. Football season coming up. You think they're going to win 6 games, you can bet exactly 6. If you think they're going to win 7 or more, you can do that. All the odds for that, where you can do it by exact win total or that number plus. So if you think, well, they're going to win 4 plus, there's odds on all of that on the money line right now. It's the Bet Saracen app, the official mobile sports betting app of the Morning Rush.
You think we pulled Sean out of one-on-one retirement with that interview? You think he's going to listen to that and want to play his son one last time just to prove a point?
I think I don't think he has any points to prove. I think Sean's made all the points he needs to make.
Hog Update coming up next.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Like life, vacations don't always go as planned. If your summer getaway turned into a summer towaway, don't hire an attorney you don't know from a state you'll never go back to. Hire me, Jackie Mock. I'm licensed in Arkansas and Oklahoma, but I can process wreck checks no matter where you crashed. Call 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, a wreck check sounds nice.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Storm season is here. Is your roof ready? Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has wrecked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They have the #1 certainteed roofing company in Arkansas. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full certainteed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with Certainteed. Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Hey, this is Coach Olenek, but you can call me Doug. I'm one of the co-founders of Fat Boys Fireworks in Van Buren, along with my friend Dwayne Froud. In the fireworks business, you have to be willing to make deals and keep your prices low. That's exactly what we have done for over 21 years. Come see what we mean at 5524 Highway 59 North in Figure 5, Arkansas, 3 miles north of I-540.
So you're going to tell me that you don't have no black cats, no Roman candles, or screaming Minnie? No. Come on, man.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Give me the horn!
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those 107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody move big through.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
That's one of the reasons why I don't want to have a team of 14, 13 guys. Give me 8 or 9, 10 guys, and let me take care of those guys. Right. Because the others are transferring at the end of the year anyway. That's right. Now, if we have a lot of injuries, it could be we had that this year, and that was trouble. But here's what. I did 2, but we ended up with 7. You ended up with less. Yes. 7 you can get by, and we did. I thought we could win the national championship the way we played at the end. Right. And then the 7, 8 plays, but I still only want to have 8 or 9, a 10th guy that knows he's 10. Yep. Okay? Yep. And let's go.
That was John Calipari on My 2 Cents with Memphis head coach and former Memphis State guard Penny Hardaway talking about this upcoming season.
10th guy that knows he's 10th. That's a role. That's a role. You got to have someone that they can check the ego and do that.
It's my role here at ESPN Arkansas. The 10th guy that knows he's 10th. That's what we have put on my on my desk here at ESPN Arkansas. It was cool to get a sense from JJ there in the last segment. If you missed it, if you're just hopping on with us at 9:29 here in this What's Your Beef Wednesday, we had Arkansas 2026 commit JJ Andrews, the son of Sean Andrews, join us in our opening drive. And you asked him a good question about Cal and the opening bits. It's always like whether it's a commit or a current player, to just kind of get that perspective of what it's like. And he just talked about the blessing of Cal being Arkansas's head coach now.
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously his recruitment processes went on long enough that he understands, Musselman was one thing kind of early in his process, then it became Cal, and, everyone had a thought on that. I promise you he was paying as much attention to that moment in Razorback history as anybody was, him and his family. And, obviously it's turned out well for everybody involved.
You asked him also about football as well, and what did he say? It was his first love?
He said he played till his 6th grade year, and then basketball became his true love, and good on the parents. A lot of times in that you'd be almost forced to go play because of your last name, but he's going to make his own name in a different sport.
We'll play some of that back in the second hour of the Morning Rush. So if you missed it, you can listen to the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast, or we'll have some for you a little later on.
For a kid that's a high school junior, I thought he was well spoken.
Yeah, it didn't sound like it. Didn't sound like it heading to his final year. We're talking about it. It's sometimes you have a high school kid and he's just like nervous. That kid didn't seem like he was nervous at all.
You have a lot of college. We have current players on that don't speak that well.
Yep. JJ did a really good job. Got to give him credit for that. Arkansas baseball picked up another commit.
2-2 to Zach Stewart. That ball's launched in the air, right center field of the scoreboard. Will it clear it? What a titanic blast from Zach Stewart.
Knows a thing or two about hitting a bomb in Baum-Walker Stadium. Was a Missouri State Bear. Played in the outfield. Now he's going to be an Arkansas Razorback. Hit a career just under 300 at Missouri State, and now he's coming over from Springfield to Fayetteville. You've got, 5 commits, 3 pitchers, 1 outfielder, 1 infielder. So Dave Van Horn continuing to add to this upcoming baseball class. Last thing here in your Hog Update, we were kind of joking about this before the show. EA College Football came out with their player rankings. It's kind of surprising. Fernando Carmona Jr. is the highest ranked player at 92 overall. They've got Talon as an 86, and then former South Carolina and Charlotte transfer Omega Blake is an 87.
So it's 0 in EA Sports for us non-gamers. 0 to 100 your score, right? 92 is the highest rate. Is that concerning that let's see, he's moved to guard, right? Offensive lineman being your highest rated player. Is that good or bad?
Would you rate?
Now, I sat here and stumped earlier this week and preached the sermon of offensive line first. So maybe it's not all a bad thing.
I just hope if he's an actual 92 in real life college football, then unless the other guys are just awful, which I'm not expecting, then
what'd you say Talon was?
He's an 86 overall. Colton did the smart thing, and we asked the question, what would our radio rankings be? So what are the radio rankings?
Yeah, for us three, I gave a solid ranking, our overall. Then I gave what all of our highest ranking was, our best individual skill. So Tommy Kraft, our fearless leader here, he's a 91 overall. I thought that was a pretty good ranking.
Kind of high.
99
good job
awareness.
of sucking up.
99 awareness, I thought, because nothing ever gets by him. For Ty Richardson, I got a good, solid 81 overall. Thought that was maybe a little generous as well.
Based on what?
I thought
if mine's awareness,
7
what
or 8
is
years working hard, doing a lot, very versatile. He has a 98 toughness rating because
Toughness?
he's always taking
Whoa,
a lot of guts.
That is very. There is no one. Let's hold on to that. Thank you, Colton. There is not a person in this company that takes more crap than me and just lets it roll off their back. And my dad was even like, I was like, Dad, it doesn't affect me. You don't have to let it affect you. The only time it really ticked me off was when Zach lied to me. I thought Maddie Pruitt was going to call in, and I got on Ruskin and Zach, and she didn't. She's now married now, so it doesn't matter. But that actually infuriated me. Outside of that, usually let things go.
Catfished.
So
I
that
felt
is
bad.
Yeah, that was you even felt bad.
I felt terrible.
You should have. That was awful. Do that to what some would consider the best employee here at ESPN Arkansas. Not a good move.
98.
Not a good move.
Ego,
yeah. 1%. All right, that's your Hog Update brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
All right, it is a What's Your Beef Wednesday. We'll get to your beefs on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline coming up. Call or text 877-377-6963. Let us know what is bugging you here as we head into a 4th of July weekend. Brought to you by Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental. They're at the entrance to Riley Farms Every type of dental care and procedure is available there. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and Dr. Blaine Van Nice give you a better smile, more confident, more comfortable feeling when you go to the dentist at Valley Family Dental. Plus, they got the snore guard. If you snore all the time, you need some help, get $300 off when you mention the Morning Rush. 226-3500 for your appointment, 226-3500.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
You all know if I have an off day, I'm going somewhere.
This is the Morning Rush.
Get state sales tax paid when you trade right now at Rath Auto Resources. We're kicking off our July 4th used car event with an old favorite. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle and get your state sales tax paid. Combine that with our painless pricing and non-commissioned sales team, and there's never been an easier, more worry-free way to buy a quality pre-owned car. Get state sales tax paid when you trade during our July 4th used car event. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Storm season is here. Is your roof ready? Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has wrecked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They have the #1 certainteed roofing company in Arkansas. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission's simple: improve the quality of life in our communities. We've expanded to several non-member areas to help new communities. If you live in areas near Altus, Branch, Coxville, Mountainburg, Murray, Spur, or check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect will continue opening new areas throughout 2025.
When you're craving serious burger goodness, head to Hardee's for the all-new barbecued pulled pork Frisco burger. A charbroiled, quarter-pound, 100% Angus beef patty, topped with 16-hour slow-smoked barbecued pulled pork on toasted sourdough. Only for a limited time at Hardee's. Get a free pulled pork Frisco burger when you download the app and join my rewards. The app for terms.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
SEC Media Days. A couple weeks away. We're going to be there the 14th through the 17th. Sam Pittman speaks on the last day as Arkansas is the final day of rotation.
Him and Eli are paired, right? And then I can't remember the two others. I think it was two other boring ones.
Now you ruined the day. Two other boring ones. So that was kind of, what is the message? Because these events are about a conduit to the fan base, right? I mean, fans pay attention. That's why we are there to deliver the message. Ultimately, fans hear the message. We talk about whether they're to talk to the media. When the media talks to the fans, I mean, we're a pass-through. So what's important for Sam Pittman as we've talked about this new era of college sports that begins with revenue sharing? $15 million roughly that from what reports are is going to be pumped into his program for revenue sharing and essentially NIL. Players are going to get paid. What should be his message and how should that shape expectations for this season? Is that too in-depth? Is that too heavy a question?
No. It's the importance of the home games, which they have struggled in since 2021. Okay. It is inexplicable how this team has played better on the road than they have in Razorback stadiums. And
because it's his job to make, or to at least try to lead people to believe in some aspect of what's going on. Because I get a sense, and y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong, belief level is pretty low right now.
Not a lot of hope being sold. Not a lot of hope.
Well, I mean, forget about hope.
Bought.
Well, yeah, okay, but belief. What do people believe in with this program? And I struggle with that right now.
I think
and I think he's got to turn that tide a little bit.
You can't
when people are paying attention.
You're right, but you can't do it like people are just going to take it for what they're not going to believe it until they actually see it on the field.
Well, but he can't stand up there and say we're going to win 8 games, and people say, okay, we're going to win 8 games.
I would just
that's not going. I mean, that's not what I'm talking about.
If I'm in,
he's got to give you reasons with personnel and with staff and with program as to why it's going to be better.
I'm pushing the dynamics of your starting quarterback and keeping him healthy and Taylon Green. He's talked about openly. He's been on record saying that Taylon was injured and wasn't the same after last season. Kudos to Taylon for playing through that injury. I'm pushing Cam Ball, Xavier Sorey as the two guys, the veterans, linebacker and defensive tackle. I'm pushing those two. And what I said initially is 2021 was great home wins. And honestly, the 2 road losses you had on the road against Alabama and Bryce Young and Ole Miss in that 1-point loss, they played great in those games too. But they won their home games. Since then, that has not been what you typically expect of Arkansas. Like they got the 22 win against Ole Miss, 23. They got I can't remember which one. 24. You just didn't have any good. Sorry, 23 was the bad year, and 24 you got the Tennessee win last year. So you're just hoping Notre Dame, A&M, Missouri, Mississippi State, Auburn, like teams like that you just play better against. So I'm pushing. It's like, hey, we have really put an emphasis on how important. Not that the road games aren't important, but the emphasis of playing good at home.
You need to win in front of your fans.
Yes, and I don't know
in
why.
front of the people that are giving you more money than they've ever had to give before.
So it's like a criticism and a credit, because the criticism is, again, you haven't played well at home these last couple of years, but the credit is you play pretty stinking good on the road. Now, you haven't won a lot of those games. They've been close and tight.
Now, how much is this? Everything you're saying is correct, but how much of it has been schedule based? You played the better teams at home, and that for years that's the way it was every other year.
Yeah,
your home schedule just was simply harder, and I think with the reshuffle of the schedule, I think what you're saying is factually accurate, but I think the reason why it's accurate is just who you've played on the road versus who you played at home. It boils down to that.
Road wins on two bad teams against Auburn and Mississippi State, like you're alluding to last year. This year, your road schedule is brutal. Might be the toughest in the SEC. Oxford, Austin, Knoxville, and then Baton Rouge.
But you had the home win against Tennessee last year, and it carried some weight for a while.
What would you say? I've kind of talked a lot. What's your opinion?
I think it's got to be about personnel and system, and I think the way you get people believing a little bit, and you've got to say things that you can back up, or you believe you can back up, is with Bobby Petrino in this offense, and with Taylon Green being a second-year player. You kind of touched on that early, but I think the fact that you've got a second-year quarterback in your system, I think that's getting glossed over. Then, again, maybe I'm old school, but I come back to offensive line. We were talking earlier. I mean, the almighty EA Sports player rankings has Fernando Carmona Jr. as the highest rated player in their game on your team. I don't know. They try to make it real. I don't know if that truly means he's the best player, but if you told me 3 of your 10 best players on the team are on your offensive line, I'm in on that deal. And it kind of needs to be that. Maybe 4 or 5 of your best 10 better be up front for you to have a chance to win 7 or 8.
Speaking of those ratings too, sorry, Ty, those rankings for your defense are actually pretty high. They're solid 80s across the board, which is a big improvement from how they've been the last year. And I know you don't want to take EA ratings as meaning anything, but Tommy, to your point, personnel is something that you have to boost up.
Yeah.
And it's not just a second-year quarterback. I went back and just watched some War Machine highlights last night, bored on the couch. Taylon Green is not just some second-year quarterback in the system. He is an exciting player. Just go back and put some tape on. There are very few quarterbacks and athletes in the NCAA that can do what he can do, and you have to market that a little bit more.
I'm not advocating sunshine pumping. I'm not advocating we pump sunshine. I'm just saying I don't think people are clinging to reasons why this team can be 7 or 8 wins. I'm not sitting here saying 9, 10 wins. Tell me why this can be a 7-win football team. And I still think it's getting discussed. Everybody assumes they're going to win 5 or 6, 4 or 5, and that's just the way it's going to be. I think we're looking over some reasons why this team can be better, and I hope he can articulate those in Atlanta.
I think for going on the Taylon Green thing, so you mentioned, again, the second-year quarterback. If I am the athletics department, if I'm the graphics department, if I'm not the sunshine pumping, but pointing to reasons to get to 7 wins, I am pulling up every Bobby Petrino statistic of second-year quarterbacks. I think I'm just going to start rattling a few off. Jake Plummer, Brian Brom, Lamar Jackson, Tyler Wilson. I know he was in the system. You think about Ryan Mallett. Like, Ryan's jump was massive from year 1 to year 29 to 2010. Like, I am pulling all that data, and I am putting it out there. I'm attaching what Andrew Armstrong said on this very show. And he was, we didn't even bring it up. He talked about Bobby Petrino in year 2. That's a guy who only played him for 1 year. So that's what I would lean towards until the second year if I'm that athletics department. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. I'll tell you what needs to be pushed is how great golf is in the air conditioning. And at Cart Pass Social, you can do that. Over 1,000 different courses. You can take advantage of Christian and Nate's awesome bays at Cart Pass Social, right in the center of Northwest Arkansas, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, right across from Atwood's. These can be team training exercises, birthday parties, Tommy's favorite gender reveals. You can do it all.
Yes.
You can do it all at Cart Pass Social, the #1 indoor golf destination in all of Arkansas.
It is a What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. What's got you hacked off today?
Well, okay, we've done this show, new time slot, since last August. Chuck and Bob,
August 26th.
Yeah, so we're nearly a year in. And yet, we still have people that call us mid-show, including Zach Arntz, who's called me 2 times in the last 3 weeks, right in the middle of our opening. And I just I don't understand it. You just got to call during the break. I don't get how hard it is to, when you talk to me or Colton, to think, they're mid-show. I don't think I should call them mid-show. I don't, again, I know I call people sometimes
well, they put
when
that red button on my phone. I just use the red button.
Listen, you get hacked off sometimes, but I don't really care. Do not disturb is on my phone all the time. Because
that is a beef of mine. You need someone
All
younger
day
than you
long.
to show you, and I appreciate that because you're doing it to avoid distraction.
Yeah, dude, the phone's down.
You know how many times he answers the phone when I call? Your boss calls, you don't even answer the phone.
This is Ty Richardson with ESPN Arkansas. Leave a
Boy,
message.
that does.
You have to call back.
How many times do I call you back within 1 or 2 minutes? Yep,
I know.
like clockwork. But no, listen, I get too many texts, and everyone's in a group text, guy or gal, that is just nonsense. It's fun. It brings you up, but there's nothing enlightening, nothing that helps you during the course of your job to do it. And sometimes,
it's distracting.
You get ding, 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 ding all day. So why do I want that when I'm trying to work?
Yeah.
From 5A to whenever. Phone down, do not disturb. That thing's on all day long, through the night,
He's not
through
lying.
the day.
This isn't a deal where he's trying to, pump himself. Because it really, when I need something, hey, I need to, and it does take you a few minutes to get back usually, but.
And then I decide, like, do I want to call him right now? Do I want to wait an hour, 2 hours next day? It's like one of those things.
Can't you set it up for like individual contacts?
Yeah.
Do not disturb.
Yeah. Can, but I choose not to.
I
choose not to. Everyone gets the same treatment. My parents get the same treatment. You get the same treatment. I'm not in. I'm not in favor.
Remember that he's all about same. Remember this.
The future Mrs. Richardson.
Get me the tape on this. He's all about same treatment. So next time you come in and try to tell me how you're outperforming everybody and you need to be treated differently.
Well, the numbers say that. I don't have to. The numbers say that. The preferential treatment.
Let me tell you something. The number, the name at the bottom of that paycheck's going to say something.
I'm not in
you better
favor.
Put me on that special list.
Well, I don't think you want to.
I'm going to have to treat you the same as just like your phone, Ty.
What did Jimmy Johnson say to Troy Aikman one time? It's like different but fair. Is that what he said?
Yeah,
about
I heard him telling that this
Super
weekend.
Bowl winning quarterback.
Someone fell asleep in a meeting. He fired him. He cut him from the team. He said, "Well, what if Troy Aikman did?" I told Troy to wake up.
Wake up. I did reach out to ESPN about getting Mr. Aikman on. The hope is that we could get him on early August. I don't think he's going to be doing anything. Apparently, he's a cyclist. Apparently, he bikes a lot, which I didn't know. I guess football players take up different things post playing career and everything else. But that would be pretty cool to get him on.
So, all right, what's your beef Wednesday? What's bothering you out there? It's all brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market, bacon wrap fillets, gourmet burgers, fresh kebabs. If you got guests coming over for the 4th, don't make them not want to go back for seconds. Make everybody want to go back for seconds with the sizzle and the smoke of the grill, filled with great meats from Richard's Country Meat Market. Skip the crowd. Call ahead, 443-0000. They'll have it ready for you. It's the only place to go for your 4th of July grilling needs. It's Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Be sure to take along the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell, wherever you're headed out this 4th of July. Whether it's something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered, and we got you covered with the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
By the way, I was unfairly criticized earlier for saying that Red Panda was getting an MRI on a wrist. According to Brennan, who texted on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, he once got an MRI on his wrist. So you can apparently get one on your wrist. You want to apologize for incorrectly lambasting me and chastising me
I don't think
earlier?
they probably did an MRI. It was
Just saying.
dangerous
Just
and
saying.
reckless speculation and use of the microphone with what you said.
One of the many reasons I didn't go.
It would also be a
to medical
HIPAA violation, too.
Yeah, a lot of stuff we have to look into during the break. Hour number 2 coming up. We're going to hear from J.J. Andrews when we come back.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new Ultra Matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new Matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
This is the Morning Rush.
Get state sales tax paid when you trade right now at Rath Auto Resources. We're kicking off our July 4th used car event with an old favorite. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle and get your state sales tax paid. Combine that with our painless pricing and non-commissioned sales team, and there's never been an easier, more worry-free way to buy a quality pre-owned car. Get state sales tax paid when you trade during our July 4th used car event. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. With an unheard of 15-year spring warranty option, Grit is the team you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission's simple. Improve the quality of life in our communities. We've expanded to several non-member areas to help new communities. If you live in areas near Altus, Branch, Coxville, Mountainburg, Murray, Spur, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect may be available to you right now. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect will continue opening new areas throughout 2025.
When you're craving serious burger goodness, head to Hardee's for the all-new barbecued pulled pork Frisco burger. A charbroiled, quarter-pound, 100% Angus beef patty, topped with 16 hours slow-smoked barbecued pulled pork on toasted sourdough. Only for a limited time at Hardee's. Get a free pulled pork Frisco burger when you download the app and join My Rewards. The app for terms.
Whether you're opening your first checking account, purchasing your first home, saving for your first big vacation, or opening a new business, First Star Bank offers hometown service with the latest in digital banking technology. Our local team makes banking fast, convenient, and easy. From simple everyday banking to helping you fulfill your dreams, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. First Star Bank. We'll be there through all your firsts. Learn more at firststar.bank or stop by one of our local branches today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you want a fireworks display that will have your kids thinking you're the coolest parent in town? Then listen up. Hey, this is Coach Olenek, but you can call me Doug. I'm one of the co-founders of Fat Boys Fireworks in Van Buren, along with my friend Dwayne Froud. We have the largest kids table in the area with all the novelty kids stuff. Come see what we mean at 5524 Highway 59 North in Figure 5, Arkansas. People tell us all the time, I wish I would have come to Fat Boys first. Fireworks.
Oh, look, fireworks! ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. There's a slight chance of seeing a shower. That'll from our high temperatures into the low 90s. Mainly clear, low 70s tonight, and then Thursday, sunshine, low 90s. Friday, we're back to sunny skies and a high in the low to mid 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Cop CDL Academy. Call them today at 479-632-1050. Cop CDL Academy, expanding horizons.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 59 days. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
I wish it would come out like next week, but
yeah, I wish we had more to do. I mean, I think that's a little bit late, honestly. And then to put it out, I think sometime in July would be perfect.
There's such a gap, a lapse of stuff, and I've never understood why sports, whether NFL, NBA, and obviously the MLB is going on, but why they don't try and capitalize.
Mr. President, Red Panda has fallen.
Panda, we love you. Red Panda. Do better.
At the end of the day, why would you suffocate the goose that's still laying the golden egg?
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
All right, plenty of beefs to get into. Hour number 2 of a What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. I've got a few more that we haven't talked about just yet. J.J. Andrews hopped on with us in hour number 1. Son of Sean Andrews, class of 2026, Arkansas commit. Top 15 player nationally. He had some great stuff to say, not just about Cal, but his excitement level of getting to hear to Fayetteville. We'll hear from him coming up. And I also want to keep talking about the quarterback thing and the excitement level. Like, what are we pushing if you're Sam Pittman to get you excited for the 2025 season? There's a difference, as you kind of talked about, sunshine pumping versus actual reasons and examples to get people excited for this fall. So we'll talk about all those things as we continue on the next hour.
Mention the beefs of Richard's Country Meat Market, 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville. You can order right now online, richardscountrymeatmarket.com, 443-0000. Number one grilling holiday of the year. I don't think it's Memorial Day has its place, but July the 4th when you got to be on it's kind of like golf. You know, the season comes up. Right now you ought to be playing really good golf, right? This ought to be your best grilling time of the year. Is right now, and Richard's got the absolute best for you to wow the family and friends that come over for 4th of July. richardscountrymeatmarket.com, or again 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville. Stop in at Richard's for all your 4th of July meets and needs.
You mentioned the time for golf and everything else. I was just curious. I hadn't. I'm going to be honest. I hadn't tweeted anything in a while, but yesterday I was just kind of thinking about this is our slow time of year in terms of what we do. You got reffing and in fall, and then also spring with basketball. No football, no basketball, no baseball, post games that we do during the weekend. And there are some people in July and August and June that their work schedule ramps up. Think about like construction and various blue collar jobs. You've got landscaping and other things. And I was just, how much do you work in the summer? I asked that question yesterday. I got some feedback. Z said he works 168 hours a week, which I thought was kind of funny.
Sounds like a lie, but
it is.
Sounds like a lie.
There was some sarcasm and some stuff in that. Some responses like Pyro Man, he's a fireworks guy, does 70 to 80 hours. Ben says 60 to 65 to 70. What would you say you work a week on average?
50 to 60.
Cole, what do you think you work a week?
I'm not one. I don't get carried away and I got an 80-hour week. Well, you stop and think about what an 80-hour week really looks like. People that say that generally aren't.
They're not telling the truth.
Just stop and look at it.
They're just they're just saying it just to say.
Yeah, that's what I would. I mean, I've had a lot of long days and long weeks, but
not
80 hours in a week is a lot of time.
So I've had people that I know people that worked at Stevens, and the initial start is apparently like that. Yeah. That's what you do is 80-hour weeks, and I just can't imagine having
that's 16 hours a day. That's getting there at 5 a.m.
Weed out the week.
and leaving at 10 or 11 o'clock at night and then doing it again. That 5 days a week or 6 days a week.
By the way, Jordan Green Forest says he agrees with you on the do not disturb
Yeah.
thing. He's talking in hour number 1 here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, saying that that same part for him, when other people do it to him, drives him insane.
Yeah.
So he agrees with you on that. Other beefs we have as we continue on.
I got this isn't a beef. This is a frustration. The borderline cousin to a beef. You haven't said anything about my new glasses, by the way. That it'd be kind of like you getting your hair colored again and me not noticing.
Hair colored again.
But I got these new glasses, and they're going to be fine. But they're, progressive lenses, which I've never. These are the first prescription glasses I've ever had. I've never had prescription glasses. I've had readers. Now we've stepped it up. Got some new glasses. Dr. Styles got me fixed up. But I'm trying to figure out, how you read through the bottom part of it for things like I'm reading this in front of me, and I haven't figured it out yet. It's a little bit frustrating, but I can't just say to hell with it. You got to figure it out. But figuring out new glasses is a little bit of a...
It's a task.
It's a task for me. Your day's coming. Y'all can laugh, but your day's coming.
My dad got some that were the transition ones that go dark outside
Yeah.
and light inside. And
I didn't do that.
We got stuck one Christmas 10 minutes waiting for his transition lenses to go back to normal so we could take pictures inside. So that was frustrating for him. So not being able to see out of your glasses, the instrument that you're supposed to see with,
and I can see
frustrating.
maybe a little clearer. I don't have problems seeing things 10 or 15 or 20 feet from me, as long as I'm trying not to read the disclaimer on the bottle of shampoo at 30 feet. I'm okay. But it's I'm telling you, the phone has ruined all of our eyes. Every one of you guys in your generation is my kid's going to be blind at 30, because that's all they do is sit there and look at the phone all day.
Yeah, I'm bad about that, especially before bed when is the worst time to be looking at your phone in the dark.
The new glasses have helped, but you got to look through the bottom. So I feel like I'm sticking my nose up all the time and looking down my glasses, but I'm trying to figure out how to get these new glasses to work right.
Well, outside of Red Panda getting injured, if you haven't heard last night, got injured at halftime, the WNBA Cup Championship between the Fever.
Ty Richardson reporting an MRI was conducted. Well, that may or may not be true.
Faux MRI.
Yeah.
I got called a pin hoarder, even though everyone takes the pins out of my box, which is really
annoying.
We've
been looking for. We got these nice. What are they? The
G2
Pilot G2 blue, and we can't seem to ever find them here in the office. I was the first to start using these years ago. Everyone else is...
Here we go. Go ahead.
True. I've been using these longer than you've been alive, son, so I don't want to hear... Now, all of a sudden, we can't find any around the office. Well, I'm walking through back into the studio during one of the breaks, and who has 9 of them in his box, hoarding up the pins?
Is that the official count was 9?
They always get taken.
They're not. Obviously, they're not. They're in. You had 9 of these babies in your box.
I had like 3.
We're spending tens of dollars every year on these things, and here you are. You've got them hoarded up. No wonder no one else can find a pin around here.
He's mentioned that before, and I'll occasionally go in there and put some extra blue pins in his box so he doesn't get.
So hang on. So you're telling me you went to the supply cabinet and got 9 pins to put in there. You needed 9 at one time, but you're not the one picking them up around the office.
You know what I'm saying?
Everyone's doing that to you, but you're the one with 9 in your possession.
Yeah, and it was like 2 or 3 a couple weeks ago because they were taken out of my box. I need a steady dose of pins. I write more than anyone else.
Tell me why
you
need 9.
Because you need backups. You need different ones just in case the ink
sounds to me like irresponsible use of ink.
No, because it's doing work
and a gel padded handle.
Listen, this planner requires a lot of ink and a lot of writing, and no one else has a hard copy planner except for me. So if I need more pins for it, I need
now
more
you're an
pins for it.
elitist, huh?
No, right. I'm just pointing out the facts here at this radio station.
Well, I don't think that. How many pins can you write with at once?
I think just.
And I didn't count the one in your hand. So that's 10. That's 10.
That's 10.
I'm going to the bank. I'm going to steal some chains. We're going to put chains on these pins around here.
Yeah. As long as I continuously have about 9 or 10 in my box.
Reckless use of company supplies.
I just get frustrated when they get taken out of my box.
They're all in your box.
No,
That's
but they're not always
There's
in there.
9 there and 1 in your hand. You have 10 of them. That's a whole box of them.
Yeah, and they're getting utilized for someone that's going to be.
But who's taking them? If they're in your box, you keep blaming.
I don't know.
Anonymous people.
I've seen you have a conniption when one person takes one out of your drawer, and I think you're going to kill someone.
Exactly.
That's why you don't just
and I've
have
got one.
You have backup plans. That's your own fault. Not having a backup plan. Got to have a backup.
Hey,
plan.
they don't grow these on trees, man.
I have.
You know
not.
what I mean? These pins don't grow on trees.
How much is a box of these things?
Like $16 now.
Well, then
you got like $20 in your drawer in there.
It's being put to good use. That's all I can say. Get
you a number 2 lead pencil. That's going to be it.
Other beefs. These are not initially
Learn the hard way.
Yeah, I don't want to write with
when
pencil.
I was young, that's how we did it.
Pencil's not fun. Dan in Mount Ida texting in. He's going to make you put 9 of these pins in an expense report.
Exactly. Reverse expense report.
JT thinks
pay
that
me back.
Need to use the pencil because he has to rewrite things. Use a pencil and you can erase. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Other beefs here this morning. Pacers fans have beef with Herb Simon, who's the owner, and apparently willing to pay a luxury tax in order to keep Miles Turner. You mentioned this yesterday, Colton. Why would you put out if you're the report about EA basketball? It's not even going to be available for 3 years. Like I was excited like you were, but like you can't. Like 3 years out is kind of we were talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
Nothing like building the excitement.
Yeah, but to have it that far out. I think is a little annoying. But if they got the report and it's accurate, then that's I guess something.
I mean, it's only a beef of mine because I'll have to be turning off my PlayStation 5 in the middle of taking Weber State to its 5th straight Final Four to turn on Miss Rachel because I'll have a 3-year-old at that time. So I'm not really psyched about that. But it's kind of along the same timeline as when they released the announcement for College Football 25 coming out. So it's about 3 years. So it does make sense. But yeah, I mean, a lot of anticipation to wait 3 years for that.
Hey, protect what matters most with the Fence Man. Heavy-duty security fencing powered with an automatic gate. The Fence Man can get you covered with great-looking security fencing built by Fort Smith's own that's been doing it for more than 40 years. Fort Smith, Northwest Arkansas, and all the surrounding areas. 782-3936. Custom built to last. Free quotes, that's what you get with the Fence Man. And 18-month financing is available. 479-782-3936 is the number. 782-3936, the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
So, speaking of basketball, we had on J.J. Andrews in hour number 1, kind enough to join us during summer. He's got a bunch of things going on, not only his final season at Little Rock Christian, EYBL, amongst other things. He was talking about, hey, the Arkansas culture, what it's like. Cal's been here now, I guess since last April, and what that's been like just getting ingratiated and now a commit for this upcoming class.
Oh, it's been awesome. Ever since I went on my visit, I've got the vibe of family. They're all like a family. They're all going to take care of each other. Coach Cal is going to push us, of course, but I feel like he'll take care of us off the court as well. And they built a winning culture, obviously making it to the Sweet 16 last year. And I really love what they're about. They're about togetherness and being a team. So that's what I'm about as well.
And I know we're farther away from basketball season as we are football season. We're 59 days out from football, and I guess there might be an exhibition game involved with Memphis. It sounds like Cal was talking about that with Penny Hardaway, as long as he gets to bring his former players back, and St. Jude is involved. But you just think about, and then JJ, just for example, he's not playing in this year's team. He'll play on the following year's team, assuming that he signs with Arkansas, which it sounds like he will. But Tommy, you just think about what you've got currently on this roster right now, and for the last 5 years, you've gone far in the NCAA tournament. Again, it's not necessarily Nolan Richardson times and even Eddie Sutton times, but basketball-wise, you can't really ask for much more from an excitement level from what fans are expecting about this upcoming season.
No, I think that's right. And there's reason to be excited. I'm interested also because, we're going through the reseeding and the reparking and all that with basketball. I remember when we did with baseball, there were fans that were grumbling because they didn't have their seats where they had them. I wonder early when this process, because I think June 30th was the deadline to commit that, hey, I wanted basketball tickets. If you had them last year and you gave at least 500, you were going to be guaranteed in the building. But I think that's another thing that's coming is the conversation around that, because I think there's going to be new people in the building and a new energy, and there's going to be people that have been in certain places that are going to be moved. I hope it doesn't turn into a deal like Baum Walker where people bought up seats, don't get them used, I don't think we'll see that because of the caliber of the opponents, but I hope the juice and the energy in the building isn't it isn't downgraded as a result of this reseeding process. I think I'm on safe footing to say that did kind of happen with Baum Walker.
Yeah, because you see behind home plate and you see empty seats,
right?
Which you didn't see.
I don't think we'll see mid-court and see empty seats at Bud Walton, but I hope we don't lose a little bit of the juice in the building as a result of all of this.
It was interesting to listen to JJ, who is an Arkansas legacy with his dad, Sean Andrews, that was an All-American here in Fayetteville, is talking about how they didn't necessarily send him, like, you have to go to Fayetteville, you have to do this, you have to do that. Here's kind of what he said about his parents and what they led him to.
From a young age, they've always told me that they weren't going to force me to even play any sports. So they always left that choice up to me as well. But I fell in love with the game of basketball. And as I got older and this decision came up, my parents told me it was no pressure on where I wanted to go, especially with the pressure of, my dad being a Hog. They just left it up to me. And at the end of the day, I became a Hog. So
yeah. When you have a parent that doesn't have to live through their kids, a parent that did it themselves, so they don't need that moment in the sun. And I don't know the dynamics behind the scenes, but for the outside looking in, you don't have someone that's forcing a kid down a path. We've all seen that parent, that travel ball parent that is trying to live out their moment in the sun with their kid because they never really had that. With Sean Andrews, you don't really have that issue.
You don't have to.
Hey, make up your own mind, JJ. You can do that. All right, we'll head to the phones on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline in just a moment. If you're looking for a great weekend of fishing on the water, get out with Pradco right now and some of their favorite brands like Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more. Find them at lurenet.com. You can fill up the tackle boxes for this weekend and get free shipping on U.S. orders over $35. It's all made in Arkansas by Pradco, Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and a lot more. That's lurenet.com. lurenet.com.
This is probably the wrong thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. If I am some point in my life blessed with having a son or daughter, as long as I can afford it, can go wherever she wants. Son's going to Fayetteville. Like, I am going to be that dad. He's not going to be athletic because he got his genes from his dad.
I have a beef about that. It's interesting you say that.
Okay, what is your beef on that?
Well, I know we got to get to Kevin and Rogers, but look, as my wife has been nesting is the process of getting things in your house and in your home ready before the baby comes. I've been tasked with making sure that things are also organized, and as I've been going through some of the things in the closet, there's a bunch of Florida freaking Gator shirts in there. My mother-in-law is trying to subvert my power and corrupt the livelihood of my unborn child.
That's
amongst all the Razorback regalia in there, they're trying to slip in Florida Gator stuff.
I've got this
garbage.
And it's the city. In fact, they did it today. It's a couple days early because of the holiday. They have these canisters that they leave at my house, and I can put whatever in them. And then once a week, they come by and they pick them up and they haul them away somewhere. That sounds like a good place for that Florida
I'll be
stuff.
by this afternoon. Thank you.
Tommy, when was the year that Petrino got asked by that reporter that was wearing a Florida Gators hat?
Worked for one of our stations at that time. It wasn't our station, but there's not that many years. But what would that have been? Probably 2009. That was the most overblown thing ever.
And that's the last question I'll answer with that.
He
hat
shouldn't
on.
have said it.
No,
became a huge story. They ended up firing her. The management at the station at the time fired her over that. How about
I didn't know about that.
They fired her.
Well,
she shouldn't have worn a Florida Gators hat to an Arkansas press conference. He should have left it alone. But anyway,
I'm with Coach Petrino on that.
That's water way under the bridge.
Kevin's in Rogers this morning here on What's Your Beef Wednesday. Kevin, what you got for us here, man?
Tommy's right. They did fire her for that.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought it was kind of cool because I have Florida Gator ties to the football program with some family down in Gainesville. But yeah, firing her was a little bit much. But she shouldn't have wore the hat. She shouldn't have wore a hat.
Everybody was wrong with that deal.
I think. Hold on, help me on this, Kevin. I think that might have been after the 2009 season where we got screwed in Gainesville. That's probably why it was said. If I remember that timeline,
it was a sensitive nerve.
Yeah. Well, here's your question, and then I'll tell you what I was going to call about. Here's your question: what would have happened if someone wore a Texas hat? I mean, gosh, getting fired probably been the good part of it. I mean, I couldn't imagine if someone would wear a Longhorn hat into one of those that's from here.
Well, you're asking for
That'd
it
be
then.
crazy. Yeah.
That was a long.
Anyway,
that was
just let-
16 years ago. So.
Yeah. So anyway, listening to JJ, looks like he's going to be a great addition to our team. Obviously his dad is a legend. Real excited about him. Looks like he's even, it won't be long, I believe, with what he's doing in summer ball that he'll be in the 5-star status. So, that's exciting. The basketball program is doing quite well, as we know. I mean, I'm sure there are people that wish that we could just skip football, but that's kind of not, what we need to talk about. I do want to ask Tommy a question, just argumentatively, and I hate to bring it up, but I've been wanting to call and ask and Ty this question because it's on a lot of
Argumentatively,
people's
yes, dear.
it's on a lot of people's minds.
All right.
Hypothetically speaking, and I just want your opinion because I have mine. If the season goes in a 4 to 5 win column, and they were to let, it's all hypothetical, and they were to let Sam go, what would be your perspective? Who you think? Because a lot of people think that next head coach is on campus. I personally do not. And if you want to know who I think it possibly would be high in the running, I will. But I just wanted to get your take, what you all think. I hope they win 8, 9, 10 games. Make no mistake about it. But there is a lot of chatter out there. What do we do if he wins 4 or 5? And, and you already have an offensive coordinator that's been there 2 years. Some people don't, some people think that Bobby might be that next coach, but a lot of people say, hey, he's been here 2 years and we ain't done much either on offense. I mean, we're not winning big games. So I just want to get your take on that. I personally believe, and then I'll just hang up and listen, there's a gentleman, if he has a really big year down as the offensive coordinator at Florida State, would be very
Here we
high.
go.
No.
There's the sports radio.
Yeah.
There it is.
And for those that maybe haven't connected that dot, Gus Malzahn left UCF to go to Florida State. Gus Malzahn will never be the head coach here, and that's not necessarily because the university wouldn't want him. I don't think he's ever interested in having this job because I think he wants to retire back in Arkansas someday. And his family still lives here. His mother lives in Fort Smith. His stepdad lives in Fort Smith. His half brother lives in Conway. Her family still. I don't think that's going to happen. But I'll say this: if it's a 4-win season, there needs to be a change. I think Sam Pittman would tell you that. Hey, man, I won't speak for him, but I mean, 4 wins isn't going to cut it. Who that would be, you were alluding to, would it be a promotion from within, meaning Bobby Petrino? No. I think the one that might have slipped away a little bit that you should have got was Barry Odom. He went from UNLV to Purdue, and I don't know what his buyout situation is, but that may be prohibitive. But he's a guy that you think about it, if things didn't work out, and I'm just like you, Kevin, win 8, 9 games, and then we don't even need to have the discussion. You just keep moving. You move on with status quo, and you hope to build on that. But where did Bobby Petrino work before he went to A&M? UNLV for about 2 weeks, right? maybe it's like 2 months. And who was the head coach there? Barry Odom. So I mean, it might make a decent fit, or at least guys that are on the same philosophy page. But I'm like you, Kevin. That's a name that comes to mind, but I'm afraid he's gotten himself into a situation where the buyout now is prohibitive for Arkansas to consider him.
So we're 49 days out, and this team is yet to play a college football game.
59.
They do.
What did I say?
49. 59 days out. Here's my take on this thing. If they do win 4 or 5 games, Sam Pittman's not going to be the head coach of this university next fall. It's just I don't care what Hunter says publicly. I don't care what anyone that is a bigwig says publicly that actually has to say. It's not going to happen. I just know. Here's my thing. He is the current head football coach of the University of Arkansas. We are a sports radio show. We obviously dive into different things on a daily basis. But, can we at least give this guy a little bit of a chance? Just a little. And I think they're going to win 6 games.
Well, I mean, he's had 5 years.
No, but I'm talking about this year. No,
He's had 5.
but I'm talking about from a standpoint of, there are people, there are texters. We've gotten messages on YouTube and stuff talking about them going 2-10 or 3-9 or whatever.
It's way too early to talk about who the next head coach is going to be.
That's the point I'm trying to make. And Kevin, I get where you're at. You want to speculate, you want to wonder. That's fine. Again, what you initially started with is we hope we're not in a situation where we have to do that. Contrary to some people's belief, Arkansas fans would rather this team be good in football than have another coaching search. Period. End of story. Like, there is no comparison to having a great football team than anything else on that campus. I love basketball more than I do football. But if you have a good competitive football team that wins 8 or 9 games like they did back in 2021, which was the best year, not just of Sam Pittman's, but the past decade and a half prior to Bobby Petrino in 2011, you can't beat that. You can't beat that with any sport on this campus. You can't beat that with anything in this state, period. End of story. I just don't know, based on the schedule, based on the roster, based on things going against him. I don't think you have that. But to your point, he has, again, 5 years. Yeah. Best comparison of this is Mike Anderson. Sam Pittman is Mike Anderson. That's not my statement. That's been many others that said.
That's not a horrible thing.
No, it's not. And it's not a disrespect either. He took a program like Mike did at a time that was awful. Like Pelfrey put in the ditch, Morris put in the ditch. And they've got it at least to a respectable level. You just don't know if they can get past, like in Mike's case, it was the round of 32. In Sam's case, it's 2021. You hope they can, but you just don't know.
Hey, the season's never over with Oaklawn Sports. Major League Baseball's in full swing, about to hit the All-Star break. Golf, got PGA and LIV, got the WNBA, which is exciting right now, plus tennis and a whole lot of other stuff to fill up our July. Plus, you got futures, outright winners, spreads, totals, player props, game props, a whole bunch of stuff for the fall that's already there at Oaklawn Sports. So be sure to sign up now with Arkansas's #1 sports betting app with Oaklawn Sports. Earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Once you deposit, you're automatically enrolled in the promotion. You get a second chance on your first bet each of the first 10 days. Plus, also check out the 10% profit boost on qualifying parlays. Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with a brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
SEC update when we come back. Interesting take on Arch Manning and some other things we'll get to as we continue on What's Your Beef Wednesday.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Level up your summer projects with 4th of July savings on top brand cordless power tools from the Home Depot. Whether you're working on a fence, a planter box, or a new workbench, get the power and runtime you need with the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2 toolkit from the Home Depot for only $99 plus $139. Get 4th of July savings on the cordless power you need to make summer projects easier than ever. Right now at the Home Depot.
You got any Ric Flairs in you? Woo! That's pretty good right there.
This is the Morning Rush.
The difference between an average morning and a Hardee's morning is hearty goodness that lasts till lunchtime. Like Hardee's smoked sausage biscuit. Split Hillshire Farm smoked sausage on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. And our Frisco breakfast sandwich with cherrywood smoked bacon or ham on toasted sourdough. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
The Golf Nut is thrilled to introduce new products for 2025, including Cobra Dark Speed Adapt Woods and Irons, Ping G440 Woods and Irons, and TaylorMade QI35 Woods. Lap putters, including the latest OZ model, are also available. Whether you want to improve your swing or enjoy the game, the Golf Nut offers a range of options. Book a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators and experience golfing greatness. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue for your ultimate golfing destination.
Hey, this is Coach Olenek, but you can call me Doug. I'm one of the co-founders of Fat Boys Fireworks in Van Buren, along with my friend Dwayne Froud. In the fireworks business, you have to be willing to make deals and keep your prices low. That's exactly what we have done for over 21 years. Come see what we mean at 5524 Highway 59 North in Figure 5, Arkansas, 3 miles north of I-540.
You're going to tell me that you don't have no black cat, no Roman candles, or screaming Mimi? No. Come on, man.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has raked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion. You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about to be tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas. Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
I believe also that Arch Manning is the best college football quarterback we have seen since Tim Tebow entered the scene in 2006.
So I like Paul Feinbaum. Paul Feinbaum was really cool to me. We share, unfortunately, a connection where his father passed away early. My mom passed away early, and I remember him actually having a 10-minute conversation when he was on campus back in Fayetteville when I was a junior in college. That being said, I think he just said that to cause a buzz. So I wonder, we don't really care about Arch Manning here. Hopefully, Talon outplays him in November when Arkansas goes to Texas for that game. Some rankings came out from my buddy Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Tommy, he's got Talon at 8. Is that high, low, just right? I can give you some guys above him and give you some guys below him if you want a sense of kind of where that is. And 8 in terms of SEC quarterbacks this upcoming season.
I would say this. If Talon Green is truly right in the middle and 8th, probably going to have a decent chance of winning 7 ball games this year.
That's kind of how I feel, too.
I don't think Talon Green has to be a top. I don't think he can be a top 3 or 4 quarterback and your team wins 7-ish games.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got a chance to win 7 ball games if he is a top half quarterback.
He's got
middle of the pack quarterback.
Tennessee's Joey Aguilar at the very bottom. Above him, Marcel Reed, who you lost to last year. You'll play Austin Simmons in his first SEC starts, as Colton's talked about. You don't have to play Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt this season. Arch you'll play in November, like we alluded to. DJ Lagaway might have the highest ceiling of any quarterback in this league. He's listed at 3. Lenore Sellers, South Carolina's QB, is listed at 2. And then Nussmeier is number 1, who might win a Heisman Trophy just like Dane Daniels did 2 years ago.
I think some of that's just to evoke a reaction is what Feinbaum's doing there. And that's fine. I don't think we have seen enough from Manning to say he's the next Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
I think we saw more in those packages. When he would come in, when Tebow would come in with Chris Leak at quarterback than what we saw last year when Arch came in.
And he did when they played Georgia. He did not look great in the little time he played. So that is a question mark. Other thing here in your SEC update: Shea Gilgeous-Alexander signs a $285 supermax deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder, $71.25 million a year. Former Kentucky Wildcat. Cal,
am I allowed to humble brag here? Yeah.
You can humble brag that your players continue to make money at the next level. Obviously,
billions.
It's a recruiting tool that he continues to use. But man, $71 million. Could you even spend $71 million in a year? I couldn't.
Be fun trying.
Yeah, just take it for a test run.
Be fun trying.
Some social experiment. Let's see if you can spend that money.
I don't know that I'd have a hard time spending the interest on $71 million in a year. All right, that's your SEC updates brought to you by Sterling Bank. When it comes to banking, you deserve a pleasant and productive experience and one that puts you first. That's exactly what you'll find at Sterling Bank, your community bank right here in Northwest Arkansas. Top-notch customer service. Every transaction feels personal because they're not just bankers. They're your friends at Sterling Bank. They're deeply committed to the people, the business, and the organizations that make Northwest Arkansas thrive. Their passion for growth and progress fuels everything they do at Sterling Bank. Sterling Bank, invested in you, committed to Northwest Arkansas.
Larry's in Saline County this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Larry, what do you have for us here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday?
My beef with you, Ty. Sam ain't got nothing to take up with. The players that he won with were Chad's kids. If you look at the record of his kids that he's recruited, not very good record, thank you. That's a 3-star football team in a 5-star league. How do you expect for us to do anything and get above 5 wins? 4 at best.
Yeah, overall or in the league?
I'd say 4 at best overall.
Ooh.
Taylor Green's going to throw to one guy, and you figure out who that is, the ball game's over. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Listen, I'm not going to try and lie to you. That the 3-star part is true. I mean, they've got a lot of 3-star kids on this football team. A lot of transfer portal guys that have helped you this last haven't been as coveted by some other schools. Do I think they're going 4-8 this season? I hope not. I don't think so. I've been on record. I think like 6 wins is what they end up with regular season wise. I get your frustration though, and to your point about the 2021 team with Morris's players, you're accurate. Traylon Burks being the most notable of those Morris players, and probably the biggest reason you won 9 games back in 2021. I just my take was like the guy is still over 59 days out. He's still your head football coach. I'm not necessarily just going to say, okay, this is who you need to hire. This is who you need to hire. If it comes to that, which it could, then we'll get to that. But I at least want to see how week 3 in Oxford goes. Want to see how the game against Notre Dame. I mean, there are games I at least want to see how they play out. Now, if they play out badly, you get smoked, then yeah, I'll be more open to that discussion.
Rod's on I-40 on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Rod, it's been a minute.
Yes, sir. Well, I've been on different runs, so I'm just now getting back over on this time.
Well, good to hear from you.
Yeah, it's nice to be heard from. They stealing your pins, man. I swear to God.
Thank you, Rod.
Yeah, I got Pilot G2 Black Medium on my dash right now, and anybody takes that, they're flirting with their own life.
But what would you think of a coworker that was hoarding 9 of them in their inbox, in their tray, and then saying everybody's stealing his pins when there's 9? Clearly, no one's stealing his pins if there's 9 in his inbox.
Had to restock.
Only person writes with 9 pins is an octopus. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been having one on my dash since 2007, so that's personal.
Yeah.
Got 2 more at the house and 1 to pick up. I'm just curious about the bar, the actual bar they're setting on this football team. Is it 5 and 7? Is it 6 and 6? Or heaven forbid, 6 and 7, we lose the toilet bowl at some minor league bowl we go to. And there has been years. I mean, it's been years now. So there has to be that time clock sitting somewhere waiting. And you wonder when the time's ever going to run out as far as who to get next. Man, I wouldn't even take bets in Vegas on that. It's been a little confusing to me. It's objective, not subjective. So if you back up and look at the facts, take the emotion out of it. I had to. We had Chad Morris. I had to take the emotion out of it. Or I'd have killed somebody. So, what do you think? What do you think the bottom bar is going to be?
I don't know. So I felt like last year was a bowl eligibility. I don't know if it's that this year. I'm almost thinking it's got to be 7 wins. I could be proven wrong. They could win 6 games, and Sam Pittman's still your football coach heading into 2026. But I felt like,
who do you win? Who do you beat? Who do you lose to? And how bad were the losses? Those are always factors. You go on the road and win at LSU. You beat Missouri. You get some late season momentum. People believe maybe you're turning the corner a bit. I think that it makes pulling the trigger on a change, particularly in the financial world college athletics finds itself in, a little more hard to bear. I think the games in November mean more than they've ever meant right now on a lot of campuses.
And I don't want people to mishear what I'm saying here in this last hour, that I'm shielding criticisms from Sam Pittman. He's done enough in the last couple years to be warranted of those criticisms. But all I'm saying is I at least want to see how some of these games play out before we start speculating on who the next head coach is going to be. That's the only opinion I have on that. I hope we're not in a situation.
But you know what? We had a call earlier, someone that asked the question about, Sam Pittman and his future, and guess what? We've been flooded with phone calls and text ever since. It's clearly a conversation people want to have. I just think it's way premature.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, Hunter has a job to do, and the board of trustees have a job to do. Chancellor Robinson has a job to do, and what they say publicly is not always reality of what is being discussed when it comes to your football program, because that's PR in a nutshell. And to say that his job is secure right now is false. It's not, because all it would take is a 5-7 season, and he's not your head football coach anymore, in my opinion, at least. Could be proven wrong on that, but that's just kind of how I feel on that.
You were talking during the break. You had a peach milkshake at Hardee's yesterday.
Yes, it was fantastic.
You and I had lunch there. We're getting ready for our 20th annual football trip of a lifetime. We got a trip to Vegas to see the Cowboys and the Raiders. We're going to doing it up in style this year, Ty, and your chance to start qualifying begins next week.
Yep, 150 seconds to see if you can eat a Monster Burger. Tommy and I doing the morning rush from 9 to 11, and then we will have our qualifier directly after that at the Phoenix Avenue location. Like you said, we're doing it big. Vegas, there's no bigger place in the United States than Las Vegas, Nevada. And so you'll get a chance to watch, in many of your opinion, your favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, against the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. So Tommy is footing the bill on all of this, so you can take advantage of that. Congratulations.
Well, it was until I found all them pins in there.
All expense paid trip. I've been on plenty of them over the years, and now you can
take it out of the pin budget.
You can take advantage of the expense report that I have been lucky to use over the years.
Yeah. Clearly you're not using those pins to fill those out. So, all right, so we'll be telling you more. We'll be at Hardee's, and your chance to start qualifying begins next week here on ESPN Arkansas.
Robert says we can stop by the stadium shop, and he's got 30 to 50 of the gel pens that we can use for him and everything else. I do think so. I want to go back to your point. We're talking about Sam Pittman and just speculation right now. We're 59 days out from the upcoming game against Alabama A&M. This is a conversation. This is not just on the morning rush. This is a conversation across our state. And it typically is like, what's the football team going to look like? The security, the head coach. Now, obviously, after a 9 or 10 win season, you're not going to have this. Like, you weren't having this after 2010 with Bobby Petrino or Nutt after the SEC championship game in 2006. But I do wonder, like, it goes into his calculus and everything else. Like, what is in his own mind that he's personally excited about this season? I know what I'm excited about this football team, or at least that might get me excited about this upcoming season. But in the minds of your own head football coach, what do you think he actually is excited about for this SEC slate ahead?
I would think, his mind and his comments would come back to offensive line if we were having a real moment. But I think seeing what can happen with an offense with a second-year quarterback and a second-year offensive coordinator, that would have to be pretty exciting to see what Taylor Green can do with another year under Bobby Petrino. That's what I think. What do you think?
I think if I'm Sam Pittman and what I'm looking at and what I'm pushing and everything else is what you initially said, it's that offensive line. You haven't had a great offensive line since 2021. You had a few of them when he was here under Brett Bielema, most notably probably 2015. If you can get any semblance of what you had, semblance of that 2021 squad or that 2015, probably not. You have plenty of NFL guys on that team. But like that 2021 team was the number one rushing unit in Power 5. Do you have the same running backs you had then? Probably not. That team had Rocket Sanders, Dominique Johnson, Traylon. I mean, that was loaded. I wonder about your backfield this fall, but they were helped out by the fact that you had a really good offensive line. And hopefully some of these guys like Booker and was it Kittler and some of the other guys they brought in will be a part of this team in 2025.
All right, one more segment to go. Your beef still welcome. Lewis Automotive Group Hotline on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richards Country Meat Market. Man, I am jealous of anyone that is spending the weekend for the upcoming holiday at Gaston's White River Resort. Summer's here. Still time before the kids go back. I know dead period's ending for anyone's got kids in high school athletics. You know exactly what that means. But still time to enjoy some weekends and some extended weekends at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Maybe a Thursday night check-in. Leave out, after brunch on Sunday. Fish a couple of days. Enjoy North Central Arkansas. There's plenty to do on property. There's plenty to do around Gaston's. Big Creek Country Club's 20 minutes away. You enjoy a great round of golf there. But the White River is clearly the star of the show. You can go on the other side of the dam to Bull Shoals Lake and enjoy a day with maybe a pontoon boat you can rent from one of the local marinas, or bring yours along and do some bass fishing, or just some recreating on the lake. Just pull in a tube or just soaking up the sun. There's lots to do at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202 is the number. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time, every time.
Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richards Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
You're smarter than me. Where's the disconnect?
What was that? My headphones cut out. What?
Delete the sour cord.
This is the Morning Rush.
Get state sales tax paid when you trade right now at Rath Auto Resources. We're kicking off our July 4th used car event with an old favorite. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle and get your state sales tax paid. Combine that with our painless pricing and non-commissioned sales team, and there's never been an easier, more worry-free way to buy a quality pre-owned car. Get state sales tax paid when you trade during our July 4th used car event. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Yeah, I mean, I love being underdog. That's what, I strive, and I've always been, counted out my whole life. People tell me I can't be a quarterback, can't be a starter, can't go D1. So, it's something I'm used to, but, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's all part of God's plan. So, I'm going to go there and prove myself right and prove them wrong. And that's the mentality I'm having.
That was Taylor Green in Thibodaux, Louisiana, talking with Chris Gordy just about his mentality and kind of where he's taking it on this season. Second year in the Southeastern Conference, second year under Bobby Petrino. Hopefully that lends some benefits for us as Arkansas fans watching him this fall. Hey, this morning we're brought to you by our friends at Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi in Fort Smith. David, Larry, going back, way back when, to our ancestors almost, that the taxation without representation. They are taking care of your state sales tax when you trade up through this Monday. I know a lot of you looking for that summer vehicle. Maybe you'd like to give a vehicle for your kiddo or someone going off to college this fall. Maybe someone starting the latter years of high school. They're an upperclassman. Well, both locations, both sides of the tunnel can help you out with that. Sports cars, trucks, Jeeps, they have it all. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Tommy, it's World Sports Journalist Day. Who's your favorite sports national, not local, but national guy that you've either watched from over the years? This could be a broadcaster.
Journalist or broadcaster? Because those are two separate things.
You can lump broadcaster in there if you want to.
Bob Costas has been timeless. He comes to mind right away. Play-by-play, Jim Nantz is as good as it gets.
Really nice guy.
So, and really good at what he does.
I already had a high opinion of Kevin Harlan, and then I met him, and my opinion went even more.
Yeah.
So it's cool when, I'll say this, in the industry we work in, when you actually meet some of these guys and gals, and you already have a high opinion of them,
they're not a jerk.
And they're not a jerk, adding onto that, it makes it even better.
Yeah. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group, your number one source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. Whether you're working on something around the house or a large-scale commercial job, APAC's got you covered. No job's too big or too small. 479-587-3300, 587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group. It's been a What's Your Beef Wednesday. We've had some good ones here today on the text line, brought to you by Lewis Automotive Group. We'll do that again next Wednesday. Whatever's grinding your gears, make a note. We'll talk about it next Wednesday on What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market.
All right, coming up, halftime with Phil Elson and Big C. Just a reminder, if you missed our conversation with J.J. Andrews, the son of Sean Andrews, and part of this upcoming 2026 basketball class, you can listen to it in the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast. For Colton Little and Tommy Kraft, I'm Ty Richardson signing off here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. We're back tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936.